Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to yet again another fantastic indie creator interview. It's your Cape Crusader Code, and we're keeping it geekly with our new guest, Alan Dunford. We're here to break down Grandma Chainsaw issue 1 and 2, and we're slashing our way into one hell of an interview. Alan, welcome to the stream. How are you doing, my man?
I can't top that. So I'm just doing okay. I'm doing fine.
Hey, you're keeping it geekly, baby, and that's off to a great start. We have Jay Burns, Alan, what them arms do, Dunford, baby.
Oh my God. Delete this. Delete all of this.
Delete this. Yeah. We're editing it out in post-production. So we're here once again to talk about a slasher horror comedy series. But you've done Pocus Hocus, and then I think you have some work in an anthology, Roseblood Manor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we've been kind of busy. And we have another comic book coming out after this one that we're working closely on with Kit Wallace, and that one is Horus in Hell.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we're busy. We'll show you more later. But
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, man. We got a lot.
We have a Geek Collective. I require Alan to say I'm awesome every podcast. I mean, is that a thing?
I don't know. Wait. Do I have to say I'm awesome, or do I have to say that Joey's awesome?
I don't know.
Because Joey, only one of those is true, and the other one is not. And I'll let Joey decide which one it is.
Okay, I was like, thankfully you're not making me do that. Jenna Burns, Truth Geek, Truth Bunny. Hey, let's get this show on the road. So, Alan, welcome to the stream. Real quick, for anyone who might be new listening, maybe for some of your fans listening and who don't know, how did you end up getting into creating comics?
I really like telling this story because it's one of those situations where I've heard other people talk about it, and they have this really awesome, like, deep and meaningful origin story for how they got into it. But it was 2020 and it was COVID, and I called up my friend from high school, Will, and asked him if he wanted to make a comic book because I was going crazy. So that's really it, and here we are.
So, I mean, grandmas, in my experience, are supposed to be nice, right? They're supposed to be lovable, taking care of the grandkids, spoiling them, pinching some cheeks here and there. Grandma Hazel, holy crap, though. She is not your ordinary grandma. Like, what is up with her being so violent and menacing?
So, it's one of those things where it just kind of goes back a little bit, right? I was raised by my grandparents, so it was always kind of funny just to see new versus old. Right. And even how I would interact with a lot of kids my age and stuff like that, and the stuff that they would talk about. And, I grew up on like Game Show Network and stuff like that. Right. And it's just it was just funny to kind of see how that played into writing this. And yeah, man, it was just, I don't know. I grew up with the sweetest grandma ever. I call her mom, and she is an angel on earth, right? But then we have the polar opposite of what we've made here. And the character Hazel is actually named after my great-grandmother, Hazel. So we're just keeping it all together.
I love the nod to the actual in real life grandma as well. Hopefully when you didn't, have your manners, she wasn't as ruthless. Jenna Burns.
No, I'm still standing. Yeah.
Jenna Burns saying lovely until you forget your manners. So how did that initial, interaction between you and Will look? You were going crazy, as we all were, from Cabin Fever. And then was this your first venture into creating comics?
Yeah, Pocus Hocus is our very first comic book. So we were very obviously we're new and unaware of how this whole process worked. So we reached out to a friend of ours, Mike Teener, who has been successful in his venture and making all these connections, and just kind of asked him, once we had a script together, one, is this any good, and two, what now? Right. So it was cool because he gave us a list of artists, a list of colorists that he thought would pair well with the different artists and stuff. And then he gave us a list of one letterer. So we got Dave. But Dave has been absolutely instrumental to everything. Cannot thank Dave enough for really just being a project manager and making sure that we don't do anything too stupid because he's so seasoned. But yeah, so we got hooked up with Brian Belando, who has done practically all of our work, and Jason Smith, who's been our colorist as well. So it's been awesome working with these guys.
That's awesome. We have Jenna Burns once again. Lovely until you forget your manners. And then Jay Burns, you'll have to forgive us. We are super fans of Will and Alan. Damn, Jay just calling us out like that from Jenna. I mean, it's awesome to see that you have a loyal fan base as well. So Pocus Hocus came first. What is that story about? Can you give us a little bit, what to expect from that?
Pocus Hocus. It's a Faustian tale. So it's a story about a magician who sells a soul to a demon to have actual magical powers, and how these things normally go. It doesn't turn out in Pocus's favor. So it's the whole quest to actually get his soul back. And I promise, the book is funnier than what we're making it out to be.
No, I love it. I love that concept as well. You know, thinking you're going to get everything you wanted, and then it's not everything you wanted. It's like that rock and a hard place, that self inner turmoil. Yep. How did Grandma Chainsaw like birth from that?
I don't know. Legitimately, I do not know. I think Will and we always wanted to do we're big horror movie fans, obviously, and we wanted to make a slasher. And I think that it just seemed like a good fit. I had the name already before we even wrote anything. So it wasn't like we had this concept and everything. And because I remember I called Will and I said, I thought of a really funny name, Grandma Chainsaw. And what if we just write a book around it? And then that's really how it came to be. And then we just kind of started plugging and playing and thinking about different scenarios, what we think would actually work, what would be unique to the genre, and just really embrace what has also influenced us too, and not stray away from that. Because I feel like if you stray away from your influences, then you can hurt the project. So it was just one of those, like, embrace the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Evil Dead aspect of it, the Exorcist kind of feeling, like just go in on it, right?
We have Geek Collective real quick. It looks like Alan is slacking on Arm Day. You don't even know backstage. This is going on the Keeping It Geekly, Keeping It Hot and Geekly After Hours Patreon.
I actually did arms today, Joe.
Yeah, we were showing off tattoos. I mean, he showed me rib tattoos. He doesn't even know I'm playing. I was saving it. We were playing Bloodborne before the interview right now.
Yeah.
Return to Yharnam event.
Dude, is it the Return to Yharnam event?
Yeah, it's going on until April 7th, I believe. But dude, yeah. So, and it doesn't slack on Arm Days. Those legs look pretty buff too. So you guys
he saw my Dark Souls tattoo. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the collaborative effort with Grandma Chainsaw. So how does it look like, when you first came up with the script, from script to actual panels with the artists? Did you give your artists a lot of room to play, or did you kind of have a vision you wanted them to stick to? Like, what did that look like?
Yeah. So this team for Grandma Chainsaw is the exact same team from Pocus Hocus. Wanted to keep the guys because they're amazing people and amazing creators, and way better than Will and I will ever deserve. And two, they're just great people. And you can really just let them go, and that's nice, especially from where I consider myself to still be relatively new to all this and figuring it out. It's good to have those people that I didn't have to give them too much instruction, right? So with Brian, how his brain works is absolutely incredible. I just gave him the script, and then that was it.
Awesome.
He didn't ask for anything, and I didn't have to tell him anything other than just have fun and go crazy. And that's kind of what the result was. And you got a chance to read issue 1 already. It's funny because looking at that probably 0 edits from Brian whenever he drew everything. So what you're seeing there is his first knee-jerk reaction that we all felt like we needed to keep.
So, I mean, I love Grandma Hazel. The character model is just so cute and innocent until she's not cute and innocent. The hair, the menacing face, the teeth and the gums and the glasses. How'd you guys come up with her creation? Like...
again, we just let Brian go. We said, Brian, it's a grandma with a chainsaw. And of course, not to give anything away, we had the whole team knows the whole story and where it's going. And because we have our beginning, middle, and end before we write anything, right? And Grandma Chainsaw is only going to be 4 issues. So we didn't want too much of a good thing, because we didn't want a Jason Goes to Manhattan situation on our hands where we don't know what we're doing. Because as awesome and as amazing as it is and fun it is to get in there and write Grandma Chainsaw, it can easily overstay its welcome. And we wanted to make sure that we are going to leave people wanting more, but also feel satisfied with where we went with it. So, of course, we told Brian everything, and Brian's been slowly drip feeding information for what our big twist is, or where the series is going. So it's just kind of cool to see that, and we know it, but you guys don't know it yet. So it's just it's just a lot of fun just to see how he's kind of piecing everything together.
So, I mean, balancing a horror and a comedy series, like how do you go about doing that? What do you do to put yourself in that mindset to achieve it? Do you listen to, what is it, Jackal, the band that like plays a chainsaw as like a guitar?
Yeah. So, whenever you already have a very morbid sense of humor, it's kind of easy to get in there and be like, yeah, this is hilarious. Because, again, watching a lot of slashers and stuff like that, like Nightmare on Elm Street is a good example of this. The kills are very elaborate and imaginative, and they're just hilarious because of how they're delivered and everything. And it's this dark situation, and you laugh to keep from crying, or because that's the only thing you know how to do in this awkward situation, right? So we really try to embrace that and just make the especially going forward now, with issue 2 and onward, the kills get really they get pretty crazy and wild.
I love it.
We really tried to make sure that every one of them was impactful and funny to a degree of that's fitting for this character's way to go.
Oh, that is awesome. We have CM Holy joining us over on Twitch, and then Jenna Burns. Jay, no, I mean, we don't want another Hellraiser in space. I'm not sure if I've ever seen the Hellraiser in space. I know I seen, wasn't there a Jason X in space or something like that?
Yeah, there was Jason X, which it's funny because like watching Jason X years ago, the movie's terrible. But then rewatching it later on, I kind of love it.
It's like the cheesiness. It's like so good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Perfect.
Let's I think right now would be the perfect segue though. Let's go ahead and segue over to the Kickstarter and check out the campaign and see what all the hype is about. We're currently looking at Grandma Chainsaw issue 1 and 2, a slasher horror comedy series. Currently at $3,190 of a $3,000 goal with 111 backers and 23 days left to go. Dude, congratulations. I mean, a week into it, just killing it, funded.
Oh, no, we've only been 2 days live. Or
2 days live. Okay.
1 day. Yeah, we launched yesterday.
So why a 24-day campaign?
Because we used to run 30 days. And what we have found from where we're also moving really fast with a lot of production, we're seeing that we do need to probably start making the campaigns a little shorter. And plus, there's always a lull period in the campaigns. So we're trying to really cut that out, because for us anyway, what we would see is we run for 30 days, and then there's always like a week and a half that is just you're ready to claw your eyes out because nothing is happening. No matter what you do, no matter how many times you share it out, whatever, nothing happens. So we decided, hey, let's go just make it shorter, try to cut out that lull period. And you know what? If you can't make this one, that's okay, because we always try to at least offer something as a catch up, even on the next campaign that we do. So we just think that's kind of a good way for us anyway to run it that way.
You know, I am seeing that become more and more of a trend. Either campaigns are gearing towards like a 2-issue run, like where it's like 2 full issues, like a issue like 3 and 4, or just the 2 together combined, or a shorter campaign because of that downtime. I mean, do you think we're going to see a lot more of the comic community head in that direction to combat that?
Yeah, definitely. I think what we're also seeing too is crowdfunding is definitely growing. So that's amazing, and then it's also bad in the same breath, right? Because
we just went up, baby.
Yeah, right. So there's so much more out there. How do you make yourself stand out, right? And how do you really try to pull your audience in? Because crowdfunding is such a unique experience compared to going to a shop, because you really get that one-on-one time with the creator, and you can actually ask questions like, and then we get to do stuff like this, and you really get to know the person even before you back the book. So it's kind of cool to see that way.
I'm pretty impressed too. I don't know how I didn't catch this before though, but Will's last name is Rafford. So Dunford
ironic,
Rafford.
Right?
Yeah, you had to hit him up and be like, "You're the one."
Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, Will and I we met in high school, man, and we've just been friends ever since.
That's so awesome. We have Jay Burns. That was me wanting to show Jenna the cover I wanted. Thank you for doing it during the show, Jay. That's awesome. I always love seeing campaigns get backed while we're live. That's always like a thing for me. It gets me all giddy inside. So Geek Collective sure is a gorgeous Kickstarter design. Yes, definitely. I have to like fan the screen a little bit to catch it from engulfing in flames with how hot this campaign's looking.
So another thing too, right there where you're mousing on it, we decided to go ahead and put our ash can up there for Grandma Chainsaw 1. So that way, you know, it's kind of like a little try before you buy, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
So for people who are on the fence about it, because there's a lot that we can't talk about, especially with issue 1. You know, we couldn't mention the Dead Squad because we wanted that to be a reveal at the end. We wanted people to be like, I did not see any of that coming, right? So whenever we were initially running the circuit for issue 1, we felt like we undersold the book because we sold it as just a typical like slasher horror book, right? And I think a lot of people are like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I get it. But it really goes in so many different directions.
I love this so much. Oh my God, this is so, because I read the issue 1. I never had a chance to read this. This is gorgeous. I love this so much. Guys, we're just going to take a few seconds just to go over these interiors so you can get a better taste. I just love how brutal this is, like right here, like the fangs and the glasses. Like, it's so menacing.
Yeah, Brian came out the gate swinging with that one. Oh,
so menacing. So and then, so any inspiration from Resident Evil 4? This feels like the Chainsaw Man pose from Resident Evil 4 right here.
That's actually, well, and it could have been taken from Texas Chainsaw Massacre because that's the pose. Point. That's the pose from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Because whenever we wrote the script, we told Brian, "Hey, this is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre reference."
Oh my God, I love this so much.
Yeah, the we.
So guys, right here. Oh, go ahead.
That right there, the 74 right there on his shirt, that's actually the year Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out. So that was something that Brian drew in there. We didn't tell him to do that. So it's cool to when you see your art team really playing with, you know, kind of the trope of what's going on.
And the gas station feels just like that same gas station they pulled up too, like old, like Western feeling, the rocking chair outside, like.
Yeah, that's not actually how it looked at first. Jason went back because he wasn't happy with it and he redid it and he wanted it to make it feel like there was a film over top of it, and it really then just changed the whole mood of it, and we were so happy.
Oh, that is awesome. So guys, once again, right here is the campaign. I mean, you honestly have nothing to lose checking it out. You get to read a free ash can, so share that with your friends and let them check out a free ash can as well. So let's go ahead, check out some of these mystery stretch goals we have at 4,500 original stickers, at 6,000 in original art print, and then at 7,500 in another original art print as well. And then
really happy with these art prints. they're cool, and the sticker is it's a lot of fun. So I can't wait to get those unlocked.
We have our cover right here, Jay. Let us know which cover that you ended up getting. I'm curious to see which one was your favorite as well. This Kit Wallace one is awesome. I remember looking over this, thinking like this is like the perfect manga. We were just talking about how you love that. So did you reach out to them with that in mind, like for your love for this the genre?
It's kind of cool to see it this way because Kit Wallace, he's done covers for us for everything that we've done, and really cannot thank him enough, especially for being on board since Pocus Hocus 1. Again, way more talented than our stupid stories deserve. But he actually drew a cover for us for Grandma Chainsaw 2, which we're going to use for Grandma Chainsaw 3. So we already have that one ready to go. But then I messaged him and I said, man, do you care? Because he did a cover for this book that he was working on called Little Red Ronin, and it was a manga cover. And I was like, this is just perfect. And, you know, it obviously this is no surprise to anybody. I was like, Kit, we really need you to draw one for this issue for a manga one, because one, this is how the Dead Squad sees themselves. And and two, this is going to be the last time we're going to see all of them alive.
Ooh.
So I wanted to go and have them all together.
A little ominous foreshadowing there. We have Jay Byrne, Death Squad. It was the Kit cover. Yeah, awesome cover there as well. This is gorgeous too. Let's go ahead. Man, I love this one too. You had some awesome variant covers with this. And then we have a Geek Collective exclusive hollow and metal cover as well.
Yeah, Juan is he's a monster. That portrait photo is just so good.
It's eerie. Like the holographic is just, it adds like such a luminous, like ominous feeling. I don't even know how to explain.
Yeah.
I would scream if I seen her in the shadow. And then we have some of the previews from issue 2 right here, so we'll scroll through those as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we finally get to see, obviously this issue takes place as soon as issue 1 ends. So we got to see the interactions now between our twin survivors and the Dead Squad right before all hell breaks loose.
I can't believe you have the fedora with fedora wearing samurai wielding dude in here.
We didn't tell Brian anything. We just kind of described like these are what the characters are and do, and then he just this
My
is what
lady!
we got. Yeah.
And then the katana goes in the back. I love it.
Yeah.
Like Blade.
That's exactly what he inspired it off of, because he decided not to put his sheath on there, which we thought was hilarious.
I love it. And then right here, the little chibi heart hugging the chainsaw. So what's that? How's this chainsaw run? Is it like, what, infinite gas? Like, how's she keep this thing powered so long?
Yeah, man. It's powered off of hate. that's all it boils down to.
And then I love the use of like negative space here. You don't even detail it. You just have her like covered in darkness, and just the glasses are just like gleaming. That gorgeous.
And then the next page is the reveal for what she's actually doing, which we were really happy with. She's knitting skin.
Part 2. It says part. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how I didn't see that in the first time. That's so awesome. I hate this dude so much.
Yeah, we have her knitting skin. So we thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's so cool. And then of course we have Keeping It Geekly right here on the pull quote. I was so honored to see that. So honored. So have some awesome exclusive campaign right here. But let's go ahead and check out these rewards so you can get the $5 digital PDF. How many pages is this?
28.
28.
Yeah, and issue 1 was 28 as well.
And then we have the cover A for $10, cover B for $12, cover C at $12, and then D at $12 as well. And then 1 and 2 catch up at $15. Outstanding price. Is that for physicals?
Yes, yeah, all these are for physicals. Yep.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
I think to get the digitals, if that's if people are in the digital market, I think it's $9 for the digital.
Then we have 2-pack choose 2 any for $20. I don't think I've really seen a 2-pack like this. I like this idea a lot.
Yeah, we started doing the 2-pack, I think, on Pocus Hocus number 2, and it just seems like it sticks well, because our whole mission whenever we design a campaign is to bring people in new and old, right? People who have been with us from the beginning and people who are just now discovering some of the stupid stuff we're doing. So we always want to make it fair and never feel like anyone's getting strong-armed and they have to buy a certain tier if they want to get 2 variant covers, right? So we just want to make it, I don't know, just make it accessible for everybody and price effective too.
So this 25 digital library, is this going to be every book in your catalog?
Yeah, that's Pocus Hocus 1 through 5, Grandma Chainsaw 1 and 2,
wow,
and the Horse and Hell Ash Can.
Right. I love the cat too. Let's get a close up of this cat. My cat's over here zonked out on the what's your cat's name?
Her name is Athena, but she doesn't go by that. She goes by Sweet Tea, Big Body Tea, or Shut the Hell Up, I Just Fed You.
Oh my goodness. So here, let's see if I can get over here. My mini hoss is over here sleeping on the couch. Right there. Can you see him? He's like, and he's huge too. He's the size of a small dog, Miggy. So you said you're into anime and stuff from Parasite.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the hand.
Yeah, yep. So Miggy. And we call him Mini Hoss. He's huge. That's my favorite too, because when he jumps off, I'll be like recording and stuff, and he'll jump down. You just hear it. It sounds like a dude walking in my house. I'm like, is anyone here? And my cat comes up. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Athena's the same way too. But that's just she's just an old lady. She's 11, so she's earned her right to be this way.
So we have the holofoil cover A at $25. Outstanding price for the holographic cover too. That is beautiful. You can get the shirt exclusive for $30. And then what's this symbol? This was on the fedora. Yeah, he's right here. He's wearing it.
It's the Dead Squad symbol.
That's so cool. I love it. How'd you guys come up with this too? This is pretty. This looks awesome.
So Brian obviously drew it on the thing. No one asked him to. He just did it. And then Joey had the idea whenever he was building the campaign. He was like, man, because we like to, I love t-shirts. I'm a sucker for them. So we were like, hey, let's go and try to think of another idea for a t-shirt, because our first one that we did on campaign 1, which we will bring back later, it was an Eat, Slay, Love all embroidered, right? So it was just a lot of fun. And then Joey's like, what if we just made a t-shirt out of that? And I was like, dude, I could kiss your brain right now. Like, that's such a good, simple idea.
And I love the way the S wraps around the D too. It's such like a simplistic design, but it's like so good. I would never be able to come up with that in a million years.
Yeah, Brian did amazing. And then I just asked him, hey, can you just send me the graphic for it by itself? And he's like, here you go. It's like, hey, thanks, man. like he was ready for it.
And then another hell of a whopper right here, $35 for all basic covers, $35 for the physical library, 8 physical comics. Then we have $50, You Ain't Kitten. What's this about?
So Kit Wallace, from where he's done a cover for us for everything that we've done. This was just our way. We always try to do a Kit Wallace bundle package together. We just throw all of his covers that he's done together.
That's so cool.
So that way, if people who are fans of Kit or just love his style and are just now discovering him, they can go ahead and get everything together.
That's so cool. Sorry about the monster truck rally. We live on a main road, so I don't know what it is with big trucks. They got to rev it up anytime they go by my house. And it's like I have a live like light outside. They know.
Yeah.
So we have the $50 retail tier right here. 10 issues of issue 1 and issue 2 for $50 retail. Awesome price right here. $60 metal cover A, $60 metal cover B, and C and D. All issues, all basic covers at $60, and then the $100.
So that's issues 1 and 2 together. For the all issues, all basic covers. So it's the 4 variants covers for issue 1, and then the 4 from issue 2. So
that's awesome. You guys got one hell of a Kickstarter right here. We have the metal all basic at $180 as well, and then $250 survivor pack. So finishes off strong. This is everything.
Yeah,
that is a good price. Oh my god. Yeah, that's an outstanding price. So guys, once again, you do not want to miss this bang for your buck. Right here is the link to check this out with us. And if you're unable to back, putting this on Facebook and Twitter works just as well.
And we got a cool trailer.
Oh yeah, we'll check out that trailer in just a second. Let's go through all these add-ons. Oh my goodness, you guys have the catalog.
Yeah, so this is all the stuff that we've done, and then of course we have an apron there.
I love the apron.
Yeah, the apron's actually awesome. And then for people who, because of course, we don't want to be too descriptive on a lot of stuff, because the more you have to read, the more you're not going to read. So then if you made it this far, we went ahead and just showed you, hey, if you're interested in other readings, here's Pocus Hocus. You can check it out. And this is what it's about.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Let's go ahead and check out the trailer. You won't be able to hear the music on your end. We'll be able to hear the audio loud and clear on ours. I just like throwing that out there because a lot of people will be like,
I can't hear anything in the middle of it.
And then real quick, we have Jenna Burns, Too Much Cute. I wear the Eat, Slay, Love shirt all the time. So comfy. Jay Burns, this is honestly, no lie, one of the best teams ever. Hope they never stop making comics together. Jenna Burns, all the monies are gone. If you guys had any money, it's probably about to be gone after this. Let's go ahead and see this trailer. So, Alan, after going through that Kickstarter in its entirety, what would you like to say to anyone who might be on the fence about backing? Just if they're teetering on that fence, if you could just push them over it.
If you have nothing else better to do with your money, we are a great place to spend it. How's that for a pitch?
I love it. I love it. If you got money burning a hole in your pocket, do the right thing. Go over to the Kickstarter.
Yeah, just give it that. No, for real though, if this is, I know it's going to sound weird, especially with the subject matter of this and how the story's laid out and everything, but really, like, this is a passion project for everyone on the team, and we've had just so much fun creating this, and we really hope that you guys want to join us for this wild journey. And we don't think that you'll be expecting where this thing's going, and it has just been so much fun already. And then it's just cool coming from Pocus Hocus over to this and just seeing the differences and how the series actually work and everything like that. It's been a lot of fun, man. And I can't wait to see what the future holds with this thing.
That is so awesome. So what's next for you guys in 2023? You guys have any other issues coming out? I know you had talked about issue 3 possibly.
Yeah. So we're trying to decide now what's the next option going to be. So the next book that we do have coming to Kickstarter is looking like we're going to be launching Horus in Hell, which is a kind of a companion piece to Pocus Hocus. It's about his demon rabbit Horus and just kind of his adventures, right? Before we get to actually know him as Pocus's assistant rabbit.
I love it.
But so we still are working on Pocus Hocus. We got number 6 that we're already starting to get stuff together for. The script for Grandma Chainsaw 3 is done, and that means we just have one more issue to go with that. So we might kind of rush that out just so we can go ahead and be like, this is done, because Pocus Hocus, it lends itself better to be an ongoing series, just the subject matter and the crazy realms and worlds we can go to than Grandma Chainsaw. So the end of Pocus is, we don't even know where yet.
Okay.
But with Grandma Chainsaw, we already have a story where we're going, and we know what we're doing.
Oh, that's so cool though.
But yeah, man. And then in 2023, expect to also see Pocus Hocus on comic book shelves. So we'll be we'll be up for distribution in Diamond, and we'll be out in previews here coming up soon.
Congratulations. That's so
thank
cool,
you.
man. That's so
hopefully.
cool.
Well, here's the thing: it's got to sell now, so hopefully people like it and want to go out and get it.
So, Alan, before we let you go, I always love asking creators for a little bit of advice for anyone who might be new listening or even seasoned, and they're looking for just that little bit of motivation, just to get that zap back in their work. So, that being said, for anyone looking just to get started with creating comics, what would be your biggest piece of advice to help them just get motivated?
I mean, not to quote Nike, but just do it. Like, I mean, it's what I did, right? If there is something that you feel like is compelling you and pushing you to tell a story, just do it and tell it, and stick to your story, because it entered your, I guess, your creative space for the first time that way, and just be true to it and just have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously when you're doing this too. Be humble, be respectful, and then the success will follow that way.
I love that a lot. That's some awesome advice. Alan, thank you so much for swinging by, breaking down Grandma Chainsaw and everything in between. Everyone watching, hope you all are having an awesome day, but most importantly, guys, keep it geekly.